Right, I need to have a little talk about this. There's probably a lot of new Silent Hill fans out there who are a bit like me. We're really excited about Silent Hill 2 Revelation. What's happened is I went to cinema and I watched Silent Hill 3D, and I enjoyed it to a point. What it was, I enjoyed the fact they'd made it. I enjoyed it had characters in it. I enjoyed the name dropping and all the little extras in there. I enjoyed all that. And after branding myself with the Halo of the Sun tattoo myself many years ago, I was a bit worried that they were going to basically. I thought they were basically going to make a really bad film and have it stamped everywhere, and everyone to look at my tattoo and go, ah. Wasn't that bad, but a few problems. Was it me, or did they try and cram far too much story into a very short space? They did this. They just crammed everything in very small space, and everything kind of happened to. I mean, the script was not good. I keep saying I made a great connection between the Silent Hill games and the film, and I do a bit of script writing, and I reckon I could write a third script that every fan would love, every popcorn goer would love, and it would explain a few things about the two different pyramid heads. I had this great idea. I'm not going to tell you lot in case someone steals it, but I had this great idea of Chris and Pyramid Head and the other Pyramid Head, the movie Pyramid. Oh, great idea, but it'll never get made. I don't know. I'm just not friends with all those idiots out there in Hollywood who love to just take good franchises and just what's the word? Shaft them. The director, I love words. He's a British director. Thanks for tiring me with that stick. And I watched your previous films to find out how good you were, and I watched them, and I was feeling you've got a possibility of doing something good here. Solomon Kane, that was a good film. Right, first off, very angry. So you bring Douglas into it. What's with the reverse camera shots? He's hardly in the film. How come you needed to? Why didn't you just get him to film? It's the same building in the background, man. She gets on a bus, and then she gets out of school, and he stood in front of the same building. So yeah, after she got on the Canadian bus, Claudia. We had a great character, great actress, and I feel like she was the only person on the set. What's with all the people there? There's like a load of followers that are just randomly there, and you hear them shouting and stuff, but you don't see them really. You see three people stood at the sides in costume, and they're all looking at each other like, "What are we doing on set again? Oh, we're filming. Okay, what do you want me to do?" And director's like, "I don't know. I'm just counting my money. Just do whatever you like." And so the director sat there just going through his cash. Because I heard Simon in an interview, and he said, "I've always been a big fan of the Silent Hill." Big fan of the games, or the dollar sign attached to it, or pound sign, Mr. Englishman. Claudia, she's on set, doesn't really know what's going on. So they've got the whole Silent Hill 3 thing, so you've got good old Heather, you know, Sharon, going off into Silent Hill. Before she hits Silent Hill, darkness enters her world, which does happen in the third game, which is fair enough. Why on earth did the missionary, that's the Claudia's other half, as it were, how come the missionary, right, if they don't want to kill our girl and they want her to voluntarily go to Silent Hill, why does the missionary turn up, then attack her and try and kill her? What if, you know, with these big ass blades on her knife, what if she accidentally killed her? Sorry about that. Have you got the seal on you? No? Okay. Well, I guess we're trapped in Silent Hill. I'm just going to go on with my buddies. Stood on a bridge watching. Randomly. Why? Bad police work in it. You know, one person runs out of the building in a mess. There's been a murder, and they go, "Hey, girl, you can't be behind the line. Get on the other side." She's a mess. And what's even better is the body's rolled out. They open his jacket, and there's a photo of her. Right? No one notices. How come she's even wearing the same clothes she was given that day in the photo? Pyramid Head. Yeah, Saviour. He was great, good fun. I love the idea that he's protecting the lesser. I like that. That was cool. It would have been really good to have a real good fight scene. They had a good fight scene, but then the special effects team went, you know what? Instead of seeing, you know, these two characters and all their amazing special effects and their costume design and all the real good stuff, I know what we'll do. We'll cover the entire set with fire, so you can't see anything. You can kind of see they're fighting, but there's fire. What do you think, director? Director there with his money. Sorry? What? So I just got to count this money. What did you say again? Will people like it in cinema? Yeah, go on then. As long as it gets me some more of this. The script was bad. The story was rushed and a bit cheesy. The 3D wasn't needed. I think the only real 3D bit in it was Pyramid Head's nose coming out screen. That was cool for me as a costume designer. Oh, not designer, costume creator. I just nix other people's costumes. Cosplayer. So I've got some really good shots. So I'm actually building a new helmet right now using visuals from Silent Hill Revelation 3D. It's the same helmet. To get the details right. But there was some fingers got cut off and went flying to the screen. When the film started off and Robbie the Rabbit turned his head at the camera and went, come on man, I'm not 12. Give me a Silent Hill which is an 18 or at least pushing that way. You know, it's a game that's followed my generation. I'm 30 odd now and I've been playing it. So make me a film suitable for a 30-year-old. Let me write it. Come on. Oh please. If someone just contact me. I hope that somebody who does the Silent Hill films is watching this and goes, oh yeah, you think you can write a fucking, you reckon you can write a Silent Hill film? Yeah, you reckon it? Come on, be on. And I tell you, I will. Far better than that. Anyway, so if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching, but don't take it seriously. The first film was made for the fans, and you could see the writer and director of that knew his stuff, and it had a lot of potential. This one was written by a man who thinks, I think he played it once. He was in a room probably, some kids were probably getting stoned and he was playing it, and they didn't really complete it. He hasn't done his research very well, but he got his costumes right, and that probably wasn't anything to do with him. It's worth a watch, but that's about it. And when Silent Hill 3 comes out, if it's written and directed by Lee Thorne, or just written by me, I don't know if I could direct a film that big, I'd be petrified on set. That's one thing I got to say to these guys. You got 50 people stood around, and a guy in a giant pyramid costume, and he's sweating away, and they all want to go home, and they all look at you and go, so what are we going to do, Mr. Director? I understand. But stop counting your money, mate. And if you want to sign the petition below on Let's Let Lee write the next film, go on. A day is, and I got such a good idea as well. I wish I could tell you, but I'm not going to. It's so funny, isn't it? As if it's never going to be made. They won't even make a graphic novel out of this idea because I'm a nobody. But I got such a good idea on how to answer a few things on a few of the characters and really put a good twist to the whole thing using the film and the games combined in a lovely little knot. But it's never going to happen, and I'm never going to tell you, just in case.